what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Superpower Review. I'm your host, Ken Rudenia, and today I'm very excited about today's show because today I am going to be revealing my top 6 favorite comic book covers. And you know what? You're not only going to hear from mine, you're also going to hear from my guest, Ever Garcia, all the way from California as well. What's going on, Ever?
Hey guys, thanks for having me on the show. Pretty excited.
I'm pretty excited as well. So I want to thank you, Ever, for contacting me this week and wanting to do a show with me. It's an honor to have you on, and I'm really excited about what you have for your top 6 favorite comic book covers. I'm gonna tell you, I had a very hard time picking out my top 6 last night.
Man, I had a very hard time as well cutting it down to 6. I had to cut a lot of quite a good stories out there. Almost wanted to do an honorable mention to those guys, but cut it down to those 6, and I think we're pretty solid picks, so I'm excited to show you.
I think I got a pretty solid 6 too. There were other ones that I would totally pick for a top 6, but I was leaning more to my top 6 of my collection. So, Ever, why don't you start it off, and why don't you show us your top 6 comic book cover?
For sure, man. At number 6, we have Amazing Spider-Man number 50, which is the first appearance of the Kingpin. It is done. The cover, I believe, is done by John Romita Sr. as well as Stan Goldberg. And man, I love the red cover on it. The background as having Spider-Man just facing his back to him. I don't know. I feel like it's one of those iconic covers that you just burn into your memory. And Spider-Man being one of my favorite characters, it's a must-have.
It was in consideration of one of my picks too. I ended up scrapping it. If we did maybe a top 10 of, but unfortunately there's not enough time. But I would have totally loved to pick this one. But yeah, that is one of my favorites as well. I have that comic at home as well, and I absolutely love that comic.
And what I love about it, I mean, the Kingpin is such a big part of Spider-Man, especially once he gets past that little teenage boy phase, which I'm hoping the police just get past really quick and just get into that phase.
Yeah.
But the Kingpin is just so brutal, and I love that about him. Perfect portrayal in the Netflix series.
Yeah, true. Perfect portrayal. I don't remember the actor's name, but he does a really great job portraying that character.
Down too, but yeah, it was a great portrayal.
Very well. Well, let me show you my number 6. And my number 6... I'm sorry?
I'm excited to see what it is.
My number 6 is not as iconic as yours, but for my number 6, I ended up going with Venom number 1, Lethal Protector.
Oh, yes, that's a good one.
One of a great artist, cover done by Mark Bagley. This comic book was published in February of 1993, and this started off Venom's first comic book series. But I love the foil covers. If I had a black Ever reprint, that's the one I would have picked with today, but unfortunately I don't have that one. I just have the normal red foil cover. So absolutely love Venom. I had to put Venom into this top 6 today. Show some Venom love, and that's what I ended up going with.
No, I love it, man. That red cover, man. Like I said, I love those red covers.
Yeah, you gotta love those. Yeah, true. It's so true. And you know what? I have a bunch of them here, and for some reason my eye just attracts to those red, orange comic book covers. So why don't you now Ever show everybody your top 5?
At number 5, I have a little mini-series of Wolverine 1. And this one is by Frank Miller and Joseph Rubenstein, I believe.
Yes.
And I'm a little biased towards Wolverine. He's just, like I said, I love those brutal characters, and you don't get more brutal than Wolverine. I mean, he's been through every war there's been, and he still is such a badass. Smoking his cigars through the day, just...
True, very true. Well, Ever, I got something to show you, my friend, but my number 5 was also a Wolverine number 1.
Hey, look at that, man. Great minds think alike.
Yeah, man. This was definitely perfect for today. This was my number 5 pick. And yeah, man, again, that orange background, and I just love this cover. As you said, this was done by Frank Miller. This was published in September 1982. Love this cover. This cover gives you an absolute idea of who Wolverine is. Even if you don't know him, you know he loves to fight, and you know he's ready for a fight at any given time, and he will mess you up.
Yes, totally.
So, good choice right there, my friend. I'm so happy that we had one that we both had at the same number, and I was totally hoping for that, and it ended up happening, and that just made my day right there. Not even
yeah, big man.
the show made my day, but now that we just had our top 5 right here, that was the cherry on top. All right, moving on. Ever, why don't you show our number 4?
So at number 4, I chose the Fantastic Four, number 52.
Very cool.
Now, I chose this one over the other Fantastic Four ones because it has Black Panther in it. He's coming up in a movie released pretty soon. I'm really excited to see how they do that character. I'm not too familiar with him. I need to pick up those other ones as well. That storyline with Black Panther, because from what I saw in the movie trailer, it looked pretty futuristic. But from what I read in the story, there wasn't that futuristic aspect in it. So I don't know what storyline they might be doing that from. But having the Fantastic Four on the cover, I love that old art. I mean, and then Jack Kirby just nailed both the story and the cover, so can't go wrong with this one.
Jack Kirby, a living legend when it comes to illustrating comic book covers and inside. So you really can't go wrong with anything Jack Kirby. Jack Kirby is the one that pretty much really started it all with all illustrating comics.
Here, let me try to get a close-up of it.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's great. That looks nice. And it looks like it's in really great condition as well.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, I got it through the IG family. Some great guys on there. Try to keep it, the same guys. So yeah, I mean, I'm glad I got this in my collection. It was actually one of the ones I was waiting for in the mail today. So.
Oh, very cool. Very nice. When the other night, last night, when we were talking about doing the show, my guest was asking, oh man, I hope we can do the show with my new comics that I have coming in the mail. And so it's absolutely perfect that they ended up coming in for the show.
Yes.
Very good. Well, okay, my turn for 4, right? All right,
yes.
Here we go. All right, so very perfect because it is Wednesday, and the popular hashtag for Wednesday is Wolverine Wednesday. So last comic was Wolverine, but we're going to go with the Incredible Hulk number 340. Ooh.
That is a sick cover.
This cover right here, man. I absolutely love this cover, and if everybody who knows me, I am a huge Todd McFarlane fan. I absolutely love his artwork. He's one of my favorite. Love Todd McFarlane. And this cover screams a good fight. And it's the cover is completely epic. And this is why I had to pick it for my number 4. I mean, that's the cream of the crop right there for a Todd McFarlane book. But I absolutely love this book. Not just the cover. I absolutely love the book all the way around. Absolutely love it.
No, it's great. I love the colors on it. I mean, and the Hulk on his claws, you can't get better than that.
Overall, not even just the cover, but overall, comic-wise, this comic is the best right here. So this is my number 4 right here. Love the reflection of the Hulk, and great cover by Todd McFarlane. All right, Ever, we're at number 3.
Man, we're down to the top 3 already.
We're down to the top 3.
And then this one's actually the other one that I got in the mail today as well.
Ooh, another one?
I have not had the chance to read this story, so I can't get a little too in detail about this one. But it is Amazing Spider-Man 129.
Wow. Wow.
And I mean, the Punisher, with that target on Spider-Man, that's just pretty great.
That's a beautiful comic right there. I actually don't own that one, but I do have a reprint of that comic. But that is a great one to own. And
then this one's by Gil Kane, I believe the cover is. And then the story was Harry Conway, if I'm pronouncing this name correctly. But yeah, I have not read it, but I am looking forward to reading this. And eventually this one will get rated.
Very nice, yeah, and that's the first appearance of the Punisher. So everybody who is a huge Punisher fan knows that Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man 129 is the one to get. And that book actually went up in price, I believe, when the Punisher was revealed in Daredevil. I think.
It did, and it's actually still steadily going up.
Yeah, those stay pretty level when it comes to price, but they do jump up here and there once in a while. But that comic looked absolutely clean. What's the condition on that thing?
If I had to put like a rough number on it, I'd say like a 5, maybe a 5 in the rest.
Really? That's a 5? I mean, from here it looks amazing from here.
Yeah, maybe I'm undergrading it, and I'm hoping so, but that's the rough grade I would put it at.
Well, here is my number 3, okay, and that is Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars number 8. Again, here's that red orange background those covers that we absolutely love.
They just pop, and I mean, there's so much action going on in that background.
Yeah.
That clash between both of them is great.
And I love that little like Elvis pose that he's like doing, like, But this is the first appearance of the black suited Spider-Man. This is when Spider-Man gets the symbiote on Battleworld. But yeah, this had to be in my top 3. This is one of my favorite covers. I have way too many of these to count. I swear I'm done. I swear. I don't know if you follow Batcave Comics on Instagram, but he probably just heard that and probably just laughed at me. But yeah, this had to be my top 3. I absolutely love this comic. It's my favorite. Love that orange. Love that red. And the black suited Spider-Man is my favorite costume.
And what I like about that one is like the simultaneous releases of the black suit. So that's pretty sweet too. Right.
Love it. This one was published in 1984, December 1984, and this is a classic Mike Zeck cover, who I got to meet at Rhode Island Comic Con last year, and he was a really cool guy, and we share the same birthday, which is which is a really fun fact. So that's my top 3 ever. Number 2.
All right, for number 2, we got a little Amazing Spider-Man 300.
Woo!
Now, Todd McFarlane just absolutely killed this cover. The 300s for that red background, as well as the skyline with him ziplining through it. It's just awesome. I'm so excited for the movie, the Venom standalone, and just the Homecoming.
Yeah.
I'm just really excited to see them on the screen again. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, so that's going to be great. And this is a must-have in everyone's collection, in my opinion, regardless of movie or not. Everyone should own a copy of this.
Yeah, totally. That's one of my favorite comics right there. I absolutely love that comic. But yeah, that one looks like it's in really great condition as well.
Yeah, this one's pretty good.
So that's your second pick. I'm interested in what's your first pick now. But first, let's see my second pick. And my second pick, I had to go with Spider-Man #1, the Silver Edition. Yeah, yes, I love the original, and yes, I love the gold. And if I did have the platinum edition, I would still go with the silver edition. I absolutely love this comic. You know, when we think of Spider-Man's webs, they're obviously gray, right? So the silver is just perfect for this cover. I can understand the gold one. I like the gold one as well, but nothing looks as good as the silver with the black, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. This is a great cover, again, by Todd McFarlane, one of my favorite artists. This was published in August 1990, and again, this had to be number 2 for me, because this is my absolute favorite, one of my top favorite covers, and as you can see, that I also have it on my shirt here, which is perfect right there. Love that image. It's one of my favorite images, and as a teenager, seeing this image is one of the images that made me want to collect comics. This and totally this, okay? This is what made me start collecting comics. So this had to be my number 2, and I absolutely love this comic, love this cover, and I also love the series. All right, Ever, I'm so excited. What is your number 1 comic book cover?
For number 1, I am bringing out my copy of 181.
Ah, my God, that thing is crazy.
Yeah, I was super excited when I got this. Long story short, I ended up doing a trade. I had a 9.6 CGC graded ASM 300, and I traded that partially for this. And at first I regretted it immediately, but then I don't know, as soon as I got it and opened it up and saw this beautiful book in hand, I was just like, nope, don't regret it. This was so worth it. And John Romita Jr. just absolutely killed it. I mean, it is Wednesday, so I was saving this one for last 2, that Wolverine Wednesday. And I mean, them just battling it out in the cover is great. Wendigo did get shafted a little, but that's all right.
Ever, excuse me while I pick up my jaw off the table here, because it's a drool factor over this comic right now. Now, does that comic does that one have the stamp in it?
No, unfortunately, that one was removed, but it was really clean cut, but still great one to have in the collection.
Wow, that is absolutely amazing. I am just awing at the amazingness that's happening on the screen right now, because I don't get to see too many of those. I do not have one of those. That comic book is worth a very, very pretty penny, and I am planning on buying one for my next Comic-Con that I'm going to, which is not for a while now, so I do have some time, but man, that is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see what your number 1 is.
Well, my number 1, hold on, excuse me, I have to take it out of the package real quick. So my number 1 is definitely is your number 2, and that's the Amazing Spider-Man number 300. Yes. So this is my highest grade comic that I have graded. It's a 9.4, so it's almost near mint condition. But this one, I need this one. This one is one of my top favorite comics. I absolutely love that cover. You know, black suited Spider-Man, yet again, my favorite costume, and that red background ever. You know what I mean? You can't go wrong with that red background. So this was mine. This is another, again, great cover by Todd McFarlane. This was published in May 1988, and I got this one at a really great deal way before the Venom news hit, and so I picked this up like months before then, so I got this one at a really great deal. But this is totally my number 1. But I think I actually like your number 1 pick better. Your number 1 pick definitely is a great pick.
We both have great number 1s, man.
So yeah, that great this episode is so much fun. I should do these more often. This was a great episode. So Hulk 181. So why don't you just go real quick? Show us one more time your 6 favorites, just real quick.
Sure. Let's see. So at number 6, I had the ASM 50.
Beautiful.
Then at number 5, had the Frank Miller Wolverine, which we actually matched on.
Yeah.
And then number 4 was that Fantastic Four, number 52. At 3, first appearance of Punisher,
Awesome.
ASM 129.
Awesome.
Then back to that ASM 300. Then again to the 181.
That comic is so beautiful. I'm so jelly over here in Massachusetts. I wish I had one.
Hey, hopefully that next con, right?
Yeah, hopefully that next con. Yeah, hopefully. Maybe I gotta start going, washing dishes at a restaurant or something for extra cash. I don't know.
I know what you mean. I tried to get some tickets for San Diego Comic Con. They're like $600 with the scalper.
Wow. Yeah. Absolutely amazing. This is great. So just to go through mine real quick. So this was my number 6, was Venom Lethal Protector number 1, covered by Mark Bagley. Great comic. You got to show some Venom love. Black and blue. Here it is real quick. And then my top 5 was Wolverine number 1. Like my good friend said here, it was both ours. I'm so happy that we matched on something. That was really cool. And I actually was predicting that maybe we would match on number 1 too, but that's okay. It's close enough.
Pretty close. Pretty
close. This was my top 3 right here. I'm sorry, my top 4. This was the Incredible Hulk number 340. Great cover by Todd McFarlane. This was my number 3 right here, Secret Wars number 8. Can't go wrong. Again, nice, cool orange-red background. First appearance of black-suited Spidey. My number 2, real quick, Spider-Man number 1, Silver Edition. Another great cover by Todd McFarlane. And my last was The Amazing Spider-Man number 300. Another great cover by Todd McFarlane. Man, this was a great episode. This was a great way to show each other's collection here, and we just had a half hour of nerding out over here. This was great. This is a great episode. We're running out of time here, and I can't believe it. The time flew, and time just flies when you're having fun. For our viewers here, why don't you go ahead and tell people if they want to see more cool stuff, how they can go about doing that?
Yeah, man, if they want to see how my comic book collection grows, they can follow me on Instagram at comics206. And yeah, that's where they can find my comic book collection.
Cool, and you have a lot of great stuff. I love looking at your stuff, and you have such a great collection. And I want to thank you today for being on the show and showing me your collection and the viewers your collection as well.
No, man, I want to thank you for having me on the show. It was real fun, and I enjoyed myself. So hope to do it again.
We're absolutely going to have to do this again. So thank you so much. And that's pretty much going to wrap up today's show. If you would like to follow me on Instagram, you can find me at KarateKevin67. And if you would like to be a potential guest like my friend Ever was, you can email the show at superpowerreview9@gmail.com. And that's going to do it for today. So I'm going to see you later.